The cotton's grown stale in Arkansas. And not the kind that grows in fields, but the kind that chokes her voice in Washington. The kind that wraps itself around the flag while voting against the people it's supposed to serve. Tom Cotton's name is etched into a decade of policies that have hardened our politics and hollowed out our hope. But this year, something new has taken root. Something grown not in backroom deals, but in the Delta soil of Jackson County, and her name is Hallie Shoffner. Hallie's not a politician, she's a farmer. A sixth-generation Arkansan who wakes up every day knowing exactly what it means to be responsible for something bigger than herself. She's walked the roads, she's fixed the tractors, she's made payroll when the weather didn't cooperate and the market didn't care. Her hands have worked the very ground her ancestors built a life on, and she's running for Senate not to build a legacy, but to honor one. Her story is Arkansas. Her story is ours, and it's about time we had someone in Washington who doesn't just remember where they come from, but still lives it every day. Tom Cotton's had his chance. What's he done with it? He's called slavery a necessary evil while voting against teaching our kids the full truth of American history. He's proposed jailing journalists for publishing inconvenient truths. He's used our flag to hide his fear and wrapped his ideology in Bible verses he never learned to live by. He doesn't fight for Arkansas. He fights for power. He fights for himself. While farmers struggled with tariffs and floods, Cotton was pushing military action on peaceful protests in American streets. While hospitals closed in rural towns and opioid deaths rose, he was courting hedge funds and defense contractors. He represents Arkansas like a man who's never had to ask for help, never had to work for it, never missed a harvest, never had to hold the dying hand of a loved one and wonder how to pay for the funeral. And that's not leadership, y'all. It's distance, and it's killing us. Hallie's something different. She's a daughter of the land. She understands the rhythm of small towns and the heartbeat of rural communities, the exhaustion of holding your family and your farm together with little more than faith and duct tape. She's running to represent the working class, the underpaid teachers, the overworked nurses, the forgotten counties where the road signs are rusted and the broadband still hasn't come through yet. She's running for families who've stayed, the ones who've left, and the ones who are still deciding whether this place will ever get to see them. And this isn't a campaign, it's a reckoning. She is offering us a different kind of politics, one rooted in reality, not performance, in decency, not division, in the quiet strength of showing up and not the noise of showing off. She believes no child should go to bed hungry in a state that feeds the world, where rice fields roll like oceans and soybeans stretch toward the sun, and yet school lunch debt climbs like vines at the front door of poverty. She believes no veteran should be left sleeping under a bridge, clutching a discharge paper like the ghost of a promise made, while the same politicians that sent them to war turn their backs once the parade ends. She knows that choosing between a hospital visit and a grocery bill isn't freedom. It's a failure of priorities. It's not enough to say you love your country while letting your neighbor die of something that could have been caught early, if they only could have afforded the scan. Hallie isn't running for a spotlight. She's not here to win the next shouting match on cable news or chase the next manufactured outrage. She's here to bring the soul back to service, to fix what's broken with calloused hands and a full heart, and to restore what's been lost with empathy, with grit, and with the kind of courage that doesn't ask for applause. To her, this isn't politics, it's personal, and it damn well should be. Because Tom Cotton has made a name for himself talking about patriotism. Hallie Shoffner has lived it. Because patriotism is feeding your neighbor. It's staying on the land when the banks say run. It's showing up even when it's hard. It's choosing courage over comfort when your country needs you most. In 2026, Arkansas has a choice. We can either keep betting on a man who's used his power to silence, divide, and destroy us, or we can plant something new, something hopeful, something real. Well, her name is Hallie Shoffner, and she's from here. She believes in us, and she's ready to fight for the state that raised her. Defiance still dead.